Hi. For those of you that don't know me, or for those of you that have forgotten who I am, it's been so long since I've seen you. My name is Schmedes. I'm the small groups leader for men here at the Well, also small groups leader for the freedom groups here at the Well. I've been coming to the Well for about 10 years now, and I just love everything that we're doing right now and what we are building. So I'm super excited to talk to you today. So I have a question for you. What would you do for a fresh start? Now, I'm not talking about starting everything over in your life, so don't go out and try to change jobs or quit your job or anything like that. Nothing crazy like that. But maybe look at the different things that you have in your life. And is there something in your life that you would love to have a fresh start on right now? Because I've got good news for you. That's what we're going to talk about today. With everything going on in the past few months, it puts us in a situation where we can step back and try a different approach. That's why I feel so incredibly blessed to talk to you today. If you're watching this video, that means that you are a leader here at the Well. I want you to take that word seriously. You are a leader here at the Well. You've been chosen to lead something here at the church. You have the ability to lead and make change. So we're going to look at things through those eyes today. In my business, recently I've been talking about, with all the changes going on in the world, that this could be a great equalizer for smaller businesses. What I mean by that is that if a small business is doing things in a careful and thoughtful way, they can compete with some of those other companies that are out there that are spending millions and millions of advertising dollars. So what I mean by that is this. If they're being thoughtful and they're being careful and they are feeling a need for us, those are places that we're going to go. I can just put on an order. I have this in my mind. I can put in an order. I can go pick something up. I can pay for it there online. It's all right there. So I love that. All that to say, they took some simple changes to make a big difference, and it's paying off. I'll be loyal to that thoughtfulness because it really means a lot to me. Compare that to the places that have made no changes. I have had some health issues in the last couple of years, and it made me super cautious during this pandemic. There have been places that I normally do business with that it's just not inviting to me right now. So I have to use caution when I'm thinking about those businesses. So when it comes down to what we're doing here, what can we do that makes it more inviting? What can we do to make it more thoughtful and caring towards our people? What can we do to have an impact on the way people are viewing the church right now? What do you want it to look like if you're a leader? So that's kind of where we are. We're in this place where we can talk about the vision because we have had an opportunity to kind of step back right now. And now it's time where we can really start to look at our vision. So we're going to start with the big picture and we're going to work our way down here. So the first question I'm going to ask you is this. What is your vision? So you're watching this video because you are a leader of a dream team. You are a small group coach. You're a leader of some sort of part of our church right now. So while we've had this place where we haven't been able to get together and we haven't been in this building for quite a while now together, what do you want your team to look like when you come back? How would it run better? Something that I can't say enough is that no vision is ever too big. Just because it doesn't seem possible to get there now, it may just be that there's a process that we're supposed to start. And when we have more resources, then it's just going to take off. But you can't dream small enough. God has given us a vision of what He wants our life to look like, and we can't even fathom how great that is. It's an amazing picture. Just because it doesn't seem possible right now, it's just because we can't imagine what the end game is going to be. So why would you have a vision for anything that is less than incredible? That's what I want to talk about today. There's no dream too big. God shows us that over and over. Even look at some of the most successful companies that are out there right now. Apple, Facebook, YouTube. They started off extremely small. They started off with a vision, but they had no idea how big it was going to get. Even if you look here locally, Portillo's started as a 5x10 hot dog cart, and Now they're everywhere. They have lines around the building 24 hours a day, it seems, just to pick up a hot dog or an Italian beef. All of those founders, they dreamed big, but I can guarantee you they had no idea the impact that they could have just by doing things well. We need to start figuring out where our starting point is in a vision and then kind of move from there. So one of the things we can do is figure out what resources do we need. Now, something that I've realized over time is this. Usually the resources that we need are people and time. Now, there's going to be some times when there are funds needed or a little bit of money, but most of the time when you are looking at making a difference, it comes down to the people that you have, the time that they're willing to commit, and the energy that they're bringing to this. So you as an individual have a finite amount of time that you have that you can give to this vision. But as you get other people to start to believe in your vision, that time multiplies out exponentially. So one of the things that I've really learned over the years is to figure out who knows best. You kind of have to let your ego go. Now, there's two parts to this. First off, we need to remember that the one that knows best is God. So we need to be in constant communication with him. We need to talk through this. We need to ask him for the vision. We need to ask for a clear mind, and we need to ask for some guidance in this. Then we need to start to pray for putting the right people around us, right? There's a lot of people that are here in this church that are a lot smarter than me. Just ask my kids. They'll tell you almost everybody's smarter than me here at the church. But what that means is there are some incredible ideas that are out there. So if we focus inward on just what we are thinking right now, we're going to miss out on some great opportunities. If you can find the people that you think will help you come up with great ideas, it doesn't even mean that they need to be on your team long term. It doesn't even mean that they are going to be in your small group. But what it means is they're willing to have a conversation with you, bounce some ideas back and forth, and really help you build that vision. The more ideas that you have, the bigger that vision can be. Next, like I said, you want to surround yourself with people that just believe in this vision that you have. I'm going to come back to that in a little bit because there's a little bit more I want to unpack in that thought, but I just want to put that out there for now. Last, and probably the most important, is we need to find a way to plot out the vision. Now, I know that, like I said earlier, some of those great companies, they did not have it plotted out A to Z because they're not at their Z yet, right? But what we can do is in our mind have what the vision looks like right now and plot that out A to Z. And the thing that we always need to remember is that we need to start at A. If we are just creating a vision with no plan, it's never going to go anywhere. I can come up with some of the best ideas in the planet, but if I don't do anything with them, they're just an idea. They're not a vision. They're not a movement whatsoever. So here are some of the things that I've come up with over the years that really help me when I'm building something or when I'm trying to build momentum in something. There's 5 things that I've really been able to focus on over the years that have really helped me. So first off is communicate your vision. Get people to dream with you. Notice I said vision, not plan. You don't need to tell them the plan right off the bat. You need to get them to hear your vision, have them share in your vision, and start to believe in your vision right away. Once that starts to happen, then you can start to dig into the plan. That's the meat and the potatoes of how you get it done, but they need to believe in it to really work in it. In John 15:5, it says that God is the vine and we are the branches. It says branches. So remember that. God is the vine. If I'm one branch, there's other branches that I need to surround myself with here so that we can do this work for him. So this will sound familiar to that first one there, but it's communicate your vision often. This is not a one-meeting conversation. This is not something where you're going to talk about it once and then just everybody knows the vision. You have got to be talking about the vision constantly. The mission here at the Well It's written up on our walls. We know it. We talk about it all of the time. It's a constant communication point for us because it's how we want to live our lives. But you need to continue to just bring up this vision and share it with everybody that you're talking to so that they can have an understanding of what it is that you're trying to get to. If you were to ask God, here comes a bad dad joke, about how many times that you should probably bring up your vision, you'd say about 70 times 7. Bad Bible dad joke at that. So bear with me there. My kids, again, are moaning. So I've talked to you about step 3 before, and this is one that I view as the most important as to everything that we do here at the Well, and it is invite. So my directions for inviting are this. Once you invite, then you need to go back out and you need to invite somebody again. And then when you're done with that, you can probably turn around and you can invite somebody. And then after you've invited them, you can move on and invite them again. Just to give you an example, it's really important to invite people. When I have the smallest event for my men's groups, I send out 2 texts to every guy that I know. I ask them to invite every guy that they know. I go on our Slack board that we created for the Men of the Well, and I invite everybody there, at least twice. Then I also send out an email at least 2 times that week to remind people what it is. Here's the thing. We want to give them the ability to remember what is going on and why we're doing it. Just one quick little text at the beginning of the week isn't going to make anybody change their plans or do anything to move towards your vision. But if they know it's important to you and they start to see the importance of that, you're going to create movement. Which brings me to my next point. We need to create movement. In Matthew 11, 28 through 30, it says to give our souls rest by carrying this yoke together. If we're creating movement, that's exactly what we're doing. We're easing the burden. Activity can breed success. So share success stories that have come from that activity. Testimonials, events, no matter how small they are, talk about them. If you're building a team, nothing is trivial. You aren't just making coffee, you're making a great environment for people to worship God. You're not just opening a door, you're making somebody feel welcome when they walk in. So as leaders, we need to find ways that we can brag on those people. We need there to be an excitement, a culture of excitement about whatever it is they're doing. It's not just about making coffee. It's about a much bigger picture than that. So we love our people so well that we want to make sure that they know that not only are they appreciated, but they're doing something bigger than just making a cup of coffee here. And finally, my last point is that we need to lead by example. 1 Peter 5:3 says, "Be not domineering over those in your charge, but be examples to the flock." We need to bring excitement. We need to be involved. We need to listen to ideas, ask people how they're doing. I had just mentioned culture a second ago. Culture is an energy that is created by attitude and openness. Now, I don't know if that's the definition that's actually in the dictionary. It's just what I feel it is. I just wrote it down as I was writing this message. But that's what it is to me. It's an energy that is created by attitude and openness. So if you want a group that is giving ideas all the time and is a positive environment, you need to be positive and you need to be asking people for ideas. If you want a group where they are an active group and they love on each other all of the time, then you need to create a group where there are activities and you need to love on them. Listen, we need to show those around us the love that Christ has shown us. That's what this is about. So if you are able to show that love, just watch your vision bloom. It will become an amazing thing. So to put this all in place right now, the pandemic has put us in a place where we can start these ideas right now. Whereas time usually is our enemy, right now, time can be our friend. This time off, this kind of pause in what we are doing. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are working here daily at the church and doing a lot of things and trying to change things up. But us, as some of the leaders of this church, our lives may look a little bit differently. now's a time where we can incubate a lot of those ideas, where we can start those conversations, where we can reach out to people that we think that would be interested in building something amazing. We have an opportunity to make a major impact for God's kingdom. When people start coming back through these doors, we can blow them away with God's love. If we can move our tasks and duties into opportunities and blessings, that's when we're doing God's work. They say that one of the hardest things to do is to change something that you need to do into something that you want to do. So that does sound like a hard task. But when we are doing it with love and excitement and vision, it's not so hard. We all want to grow the church. Doing the things that need to happen to grow it, they might not sound as fun. But what do we do to change that? I know that all of you have the answers. I know that all of you have the ideas. I know that all of you have the energy to do this. So I pray that we will look for those answers together. We'll look for each other. We will help each other. And I'm just so excited for this new season. I know it seems hard to imagine that we're about to walk into a new season. This season has been so incredibly odd. We haven't seen each other. We're finding new ways to worship. We're finding new ways to work. We're finding new ways to communicate. But we are coming upon a new season where we have an opportunity to make a fresh start in whatever it is that you want to do. And hopefully some of the ideas that I gave you today will help you get through this time. Thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to see you all again.